All right. Boris Johnson, UK Prime Minister, tested positive for coronavirus. He's got COVID-19. We hope he's okay. He also um, uh, tested positive with other ministers in the UK as well. So Health Secretary Matt Hancock apparently also has it. So the question that arises is, what are the ramifications of this, which I'm going to get to in a second. But first question is, how did he get it? People are all worried about it. First, easy answer is, there's two easy answers here. One, this thing is wildly contagious. So there's two different issues with coronavirus. One is how lethal is it, and the other is how contagious is it. So some people are worried about the fatality rate because nearly 10% of the people that got it in Italy have died, which is an unbelievably fatal disease, okay? So to give you a sense, the flu is well under 1% of the people who get it die from the flu, and the flu kills a lot of people. So if you're at 10%, it's monstrous. But I don't believe that, and most people don't come close to believing that. Why? It's not because we don't believe in numbers. It's because we do believe in numbers. It's that they have not tested enough people in Italy. So the reality is way more people have it than they realize. It's only of the confirmed cases that's the fatality rate, or it was at least a couple of days ago. So, but the experts are worried that the fatality rate of COVID-19 is really bad, between 1% and 4%, and that would be, again, terrible. That would be very, very lethal, okay? Now, I think so many people have it based on what we've seen. Like Rand Paul is a good example. He didn't have any symptoms. He was walking around. They tested him because he has a problem with his lungs to be safe. It was at a time when there's almost no tests in America, so it was outrageous that they tested him just because he's among the elites. But luckily they did, because it turns out he did have it, but he showed no symptoms at all. So I don't know if he's developed symptoms at this point. My point is that there's tons of people walking around with it, and they don't even realize they have it. So the number of confirmed cases is way too small. So the number of deaths is fairly clear and indisputable. Bottom line on it is that I think, based on the evidence that we have, it's probably less fatal than people think it is. That's the good news, but even a 1% rate would be not a good rate. That would be already disastrous enough, let alone 4%. So, but nonetheless, let's hope that's the good news. By the way, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. You should read this stuff on your own. I'm not Donald Trump going to, I know this better than the doctors. I don't. Read the articles on your own. This is my interpretation and analysis of the dozens of articles that I have read from real scientists. So the bad news is that it's super contagious. Look, it's hard for the scientists to know. And so I also don't want to do hyperbole here. One expert says that 100 million people in America can get it. That's 1 out of 3 people. Now, that doesn't mean he's right. And others say that a lot less people are going to get it. Already, we're number 1 in America. We have more cases than any other country. China, we caught you and passed you. Italy, want now, right? So unfortunately, this is not the thing we wanted to be number 1 in. We have over 80,000 cases confirmed in America, but the reality is, again, because there's almost no testing here, the number of people who have it is actually way, way higher. You have to have a fever of 103 degrees for 3 straight days in order to get tested. That was at least the standard a couple of days ago, okay? So the confirmed cases means not only do they have it, but they're in trouble, because that's the only way you could have gotten tested if it's really bad, okay? So now half of those are in New York, and the other half and the rest is spreading like wildfire across the country. But even so, even if it's not 100 million people, a ton of people are going to get it. It's wildly contagious. And so how did Boris Johnson get it? Because it's super contagious. But the second reason is also obvious, which is they're like, oh, well, he was next to some reporters when he shouldn't have been. He was next to some MPs when he shouldn't have been. And also, he went and shook hands with COVID-19 patients at a hospital. Yeah, ding, 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 ding. Yeah, that one. That was not hard to figure out. Okay. People think that he was trying to have a lady die moment where Diana went and shook the hands of AIDS patients. But you don't get AIDS by shaking people's hands. You do get COVID-19 by shaking people's hands. So, boy, that was stupid. Let's hope it was not a fatal mistake. Look, the elites are a lot less likely to die because, number one, they're wealthy, so they're going to get great treatment. Number two, the entire power structure is set around protecting the elites. So it would be terrible for morale, it would be terrible for the government, etc. if Boris Johnson were to pass away. So they'll do everything humanly possible to make sure he doesn't pass away, which is great. I just wish that everybody would get that treatment. But now the one more important ramifications. So now Boris Johnson has coronavirus, so does Prince Charles, and now more and more we're finding out a lot of famous people have it. Now, why does that matter? It shouldn't matter. In a rational world, who cares if a famous person has it, or a poor person has it, or a middle-class person has it? In Louisiana, it ripped through one nursing home. Almost everyone got sick. 37 people died already. So you should care about that nursing home just as much as you care about anybody. But people don't. What they care about is, does it affect me? So if I know someone that has it, oh my God, it's a pandemic. It's the worst thing in the world. And look, if you don't live in America, you have to understand the context of this commentary. Here, the right wing is trying to minimize it every single day. Trump, Glenn Beck, Rush Limbaugh, Fox News, day after day. Like, you got to open things back up, man. The economy, this is too hyped up. Come on, let's open things back up, right? So I have to tell people, look, no, it's real. And the right wing in this country don't believe anything is real until it happens to them. They're putting away millions of African Americans on ridiculous marijuana charges. Now that white folks are getting addicted to opioids, they're like, oh my God, why are we putting people away for drugs? That's a health issue. Yeah, no doubt. That's what we've been telling you for decades now. So until it happens to them, they never believe it. So that's one way they'll believe it. The other way that they'll believe it is also in America, but also realistically throughout the world. We're just patient zero in this case. People are obsessed with celebrities, and they think celebrities are their friends. And so if a celebrity has it and then dies, they're like, whoa, wait a minute, this thing's real. I love, you name it. I don't know that anybody really loves Boris Johnson. I'm sure some people do. He got elected, right? I don't know how many folks love Prince Charles in the UK. I'm sure some do. Some of you are obsessed with royalty, even Prince Charles. But it just happens to be that those are two prominent names coming out of the UK. But, there's tons of famous people getting it now because it's super contagious. And some of them are old. And so Jackson Brown has it. I could go on and on, right? Half the NBA apparently has it. Not half, but a lot. Now, senators have it. 3 Congress people in America just went home. And some that I love, Katie Porter, Ayanna Pressley, because they have symptoms. We don't know they didn't test positive yet. And I hope to God they aren't. It could be plenty of other things that you get sick from. But bottom line is, knock on wood, I obviously don't want to happen. I want the reverse to happen. I want them all to be fine. And I told you the fatality rate might not be as bad as we think. But for older folks, the fatality rate is pretty bad. And so even if it's 4%, even if it's 1%, eventually some older celebrities are going to die. And when that happens, people are going to be like, oh my God, I didn't know it was real. And what I'm worried about is another level of panic sets in. The correct thing to do, guys, is don't take it lightly and don't panic. You can find a middle ground. You could do balancing. One of the first things that happened here in America, and again, I tell you this because I know we have viewers all across the world. And by the way, thank you to all of you guys. I see your little TYT banners if you're a member of the Young Turks on YouTube. When you're sending your comments when I'm doing the live videos. I love it. Thank you for supporting the show. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a little join button underneath. And if all you do is, hey, see Christine W., I see you. So even if you have just the $1.99 level, that supports us, and I see your TYT logo. But $4.99 gets you our post games and an extra coverage every single day from our live show, which is at 6 o'clock Eastern every day. And $9.99 gets you all of our videos. Anyway, so we have viewers all across the world, and I know it just seems like you can't believe what happens in America, right? But one of the first things that happened as soon as the coronavirus story hit was gun sales went up. Because people can't wait for the zombie apocalypse. Jay Forte, I see you too. You see it? You see, I've seen the TYT banners. Anyway, so don't go buy a gun. Don't panic. Don't buy all the toilet paper and tuna in the world and bullets. You don't have to do that. And at the same time, when you go out, please wear a mask, wear gloves, and make sure you're protecting yourself. And I hope it doesn't happen. But if it sets in after it affects someone you know or a celebrity, don't panic then. But don't wait for that to happen to be cautious now, because it's still the same exact disease with the same exact characteristics, whether it happens to a celebrity or not. Okay. And April, I see that you just donated through YouTube Super Chat, I think. So bless your heart for that too. Every part of this helps the show. We got to keep the show healthy as well. tyt.com/go to make that happen. Thank you guys. Stay safe.